Joey's 31 Days of Horror.
Hi, I'm Joey Hollywood and welcome to Day 7 in my 31 Days of Horror series. Today I'll be reviewing the 1978 classic Dawn of the Dead, directed by none other than George A. Romero. This film serves as somewhat a sequel to his 1968 classic, Night of the Living Dead. Now, I personally really like this movie. It has a clever blend of comedy, horror, and drama. Things not frequently done well in this particular genre, but it somehow works in this particular film. The characters in this movie actually feel real, and when they're in danger or they face certain death, I actually feel emotion for them. Which is not something that actually happens a lot in horror movies, especially not in zombie movies. This is a reason why I really think in his early days, George Romero was the best director for this kind of thing. Now, if you've never seen this movie, shame on you, it's great. But if you haven't, let me talk about the plot for just a second. Basically what happens is the apocalypse is going on. Zombies are everywhere, they can barely keep it under control. So, a group of friends hijack a news helicopter in search of a better area in which to live. They find an abandoned mall and start living there. And it's very interesting what goes on in the mall. I mean, it's not like a crazy zombies are getting in kind of movie. It's basically, they're just sitting there, they're talking, they're living their lives, trying to make sense in this crazy world that they now live in. This might ultimately add to why I like this movie. I like a lot of zombie movies where the zombies aren't particularly the villain in the movie. I'm not saying the movie is not without flaws. The zombies look particularly silly, but the movie's so good that I can look past the goofiness of the zombies and just enjoy the movie as a movie, looking past its problems, looking past its budgetary issues. I can enjoy this film as entertainment. Now, there are 3 different versions of this film, 3 different cuts. The theatrical cut, the one I actually grew up watching, is the one that George Romero prefers. However, I always felt it to be incomplete. Like, a lot of things just didn't make sense. There's a scene where they're driving cars and stuff in the mall, and I couldn't help but wonder, how did they fit those into the mall? The doors aren't big enough for that. It wasn't until years later when I saw the extended version. Some call it the director's cut, even though George Romero does not like it when people call it the director's cut. I found out that those scenes that didn't make sense actually did make sense in the context of this particular version. Out of all 3 versions of this film, this is my favorite. I feel that it's the most complete version of this film, and it's the best viewing experience that I would recommend to you guys. Now let's talk about the European cut. Now, I really do like Dario Argento. I recently became a fan of his. I've been going back and watching a lot of his early work, and I gotta say I am now a fan of Dario Argento. However, his edit of this film is not an entertaining one at all. You see, he took out all the comedy in the film, and when your zombies are just regular guys painted gray, it's good to have a little comedy in the movie. It makes it a little more self-aware. And also, there's a lot of drama in this film, and when you take the comedy out of it, it feels very, very long, even though it's probably the shortest one of the 3. The only real positive thing I can actually say about his version of the movie is that it used more music by Goblin. I'm not the biggest Goblin fan, but I do enjoy their sound. Now, there's a lot of different DVD releases out there. There's some that sell each particular version individually. There's some that have it in a big box. There's Blu-rays, DVDs. Now, I would recommend the Ultimate Edition from Anchor Bay. It has all 3 versions of the film, a great selection of bonus features, and has some pretty cool box art. Thank you for watching my review of 1978's Dawn of the Dead. I hope you enjoyed it. Please rate, comment, subscribe, share. Like my Facebook page, stalk me on the Twitter, and I'll see you tomorrow with an all-new review.